Welcome to Lightning Ministries Daily Devotional. Today's topic, what our name means. Reading from Genesis chapter 21, verses 6 through 7, where it talks about how God had made Sarah laugh in what she heard. And I think what's more interesting is that Sarah never thought that at this age of 99 that she would be nursing a child. How stressful that was for her to have to do that during this time. A lot of us kind of miss that conception. I'm sure if you talk to your wives, as they've given birth, for those that God is blessed with in that particular situation, they would find that somewhat daunting in some cases. But I realized, though, that the Lord heard Sarah's skeptical laugh earlier as God promised her husband Abraham they would have a child. Now, believing such a thing here, I think, must have seemed much like to her as a sketch or a reach. But then, this elderly woman, as certainty, was turned into joy with the miraculous birth of a promised son. The baby was given the name Isaac, just as God had instructed Abraham to do in Genesis 17, verse 19. Now, Isaac's name means one who laughs. How interesting is that? Now, a lot of us may have not ever taken an opportunity to find out in Hebrew what your name means. My name means man of God. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm the man of God that I should be, but that's exactly what the name means, or that's what it refers to as in the language. Now, I realize that Sarah's earlier disbelief as the possibility of being a first-time mother at the age of 90 now became a remarkable part of her testimony. She said, "God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me." Well, if everybody's going to be laughing with you at the age of 90, giving birth to a child, and now nursing it. Now, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would be nursing a child? That was my thought. She's 90 years old. She's given birth to a child. Now she has to nurse it. Now, we won't go into the possibilities of the way the anatomy may have looked, but from what I understand, even at the age of 90 years old, Sarah was very attractive and very desirable to even a king. Yet, I have borne him a son in my old age, she said. But I realized that instead of feeling embarrassed about her earlier struggle to believe the Lord, even at this point now, Sarah, with every mention of Isaac's name, had the opportunity to remember God's miracle. Now, in 1 year, the Lord transformed the very nature of her insidious, in some ways I would think, laughter into a joyful, praiseworthy, God-thankful testimony of God's faithfulness in her life. And I think that should be the way we should try to remember the things of our past. Are there times in your life when God has come through when you thought nothing was possible? Whether it be the birth of a child, the opportunity to minister to someone that you thought would never want to even hear about the Lord, or maybe even a blessing either financially or through an opportunity that you were given that you thought there's no way that this would ever be able to happen to me. I realize that what your name means to God is more than anything that you could ever imagine. And even while we may think that our mother or our father or relative, whoever gave us our name, it was placed on the tongue of the person that spoke it, just like God did to Abraham and Sarah. So let your name be a blessing to the Lord today. Preach to the rooftop about how God has used His miraculous power to bless you in some wonderful, miraculous way. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day.